Cash info.
Well, everyone, I just want to say thank you for that amazing reception here in Orangeville. And can we have a shout out for a proven local leader who can get things done in Sandy Brown? Here. Thank you, Mike. I tell you what, one of the things I'm hearing from so many people in rural communities is they feel abandoned by the Ford government. And they're feeling abandoned not only because of their failure to invest in rural communities, but because the Premier left his post as Premier in this time of need. With the threat of Trump tariffs coming on Tuesday, we should be recalling the legislature to work. We should be recalling the legislature to work across party, jurisdictional, and sectoral lines to show Trump strength through unity, to pass legislation to respond to this direct threat to Canadian workers, Canadian jobs, and Canadian companies. But instead, we're thrown into this partisan election at a time when we should be working together. And so Ontario Greens have put forward a plan to how we respond to these tariffs, and it really starts with us working together. And I want to say to the Premier, shame on you for being so selfish, putting your job ahead of the jobs of Ontarians. But if the Premier is going to call this unnecessary and costly election, almost $200 million to do it a year and a half early, the Ontario Greens are ready with local champions like Sandy Brown, who are going to be the voice of Dufferin, Callan at Queen's Park, not the leader's voice in this riding. A local candidate who's going to say, let's build homes we can afford without paving over our farmlands, our wetlands, and the places we love in Ontario. A local candidate who's going to say, let's actually invest in delivering the access to health care that rural Ontarians deserve. A candidate who's going to say, let's end the overcrowding of our classrooms and actually invest in public education in this province. A candidate who's going to say, let's protect the people and places we love by saying no to Highway 413. And I would say especially at this time when we are under economic threat from Donald Trump, this is the time now more than ever that we should be protecting our farmland, our $50 billion food and farming economy, the 875,000 jobs it creates. Why on earth would the Premier want to pave over 2,000 acres of some of the best farmland in North America, unleashing sprawl on additional farmland so a handful of wealthy, well-connected land speculators can cash in? It is wrong. So we are not going to allow this Premier to get away with abandoning rural Ontario in the same way he's abandoning his post as Premier right now, because across this province, and especially right here in Dufferin-Caledon, we have a local champion who is going to be your voice at Queen's Park, who is not going to let this government get away with abandoning rural Ontario, who's going to hold, like, we're getting fired up here, folks. Not going to let this government get away with abandoning rural Ontario, who's going to hold, like, we're getting fired up here, folks. who's not going to let this government get away with its fiscal irresponsibility and recklessness, wasting $2.2 billion on a mega spa in downtown Toronto that nobody wants.
No mandate for that.
No mandate for that. He doesn't have a mandate for blowing $615 million to have alcohol in corner stores a year early. He doesn't have a mandate to spend hundreds of billions of dollars tunneling under the Highway 401. He doesn't have a mandate to waste $10 to $12 billion on Highway 413 when people here in Dufferin-Caledon need homes they can afford, health care they can rely on, schools they can count on, and affordability to make their life more affordable for people rather than wasting money in downtown Toronto. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce my good friend and the next MPP for Dufferin-Caledon, Sandy Brown.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. So, right now, at this very moment, we've got hallway medicine at Headwaters Hospital.
Yeah.
It's just unconscionable. We've got 15,000 people in Dufferin-Caledon that don't have a family doctor.
Wow.
Our MPP is a deputy premier and minister of health, and yet she sat in that caucus room when the cabinet decided that they were going to promote alcohol and gambling here.
Yeah.
We've got these the convenience store alcohol situation. Every sporting event you watch on TV, they're pounding this online gambling. Our young people are getting caught up on it, and we have a mental health crisis here. We need to destigmatize mental health. We need to add more mental health and addiction rehabilitation centers. Many of those homeless people that we're hearing about, these encampments, they have problems. They've got mental health and addiction issues. It's not a housing problem. It's a healthcare problem. So we need to work together. We need to work with our local municipal officials, our local community champions. We need to get out there and get doctors. I talked to Dr. Lydia McFarland, who's a local doctor who's in charge of recruiting here in Dufferin-Caledon. We talked about this. There's other municipalities offering financial incentives to bring doctors in. Huntsville, $250,000 cash to bring doctors in. Now, we shouldn't have to do this, but if the supply is low, we've got to find creative ways to do this. So I want to work with everybody. We've got to work with our hospital association to make healthcare in Dufferin-Caledon better, because unfortunately, our Minister of Health, our Member of Parliament, has been AWOL, and that's the fact. Mike, thank you so much for coming today. Thank you, everyone, for helping. We're running. We're on the ground running now in this campaign. It's a short window. We have our signs going up. We've got literature going out. We've got meet and greets throughout the riding. We're going to go out.
Party coming out.
And that's right. We've got a fundraising party. We're going to have a lot of fun. February 13th. Okay, at the Mill Street Pub. It's going to be awesome. So thank you all. Please spread the word. We need to have a champion here for the local riding and the people of this constituency, because we haven't had it here for over 20 years. The Conservative Party of Ontario doesn't care about this riding because they consider it a safe riding. No time, energy, or resources are spent in our riding because it's a fait accompli. So we need to change that. We need to send a message through. Let's get it done, folks. Thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it.
I want to make one final comment. I want everyone in Dufferin-Caledon to be very clear. I am not Sandy Brown's boss. The people of Dufferin-Caledon are his boss, and he's going to deliver for you.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. We're going to get out and canvass, and we're going to go knock on some doors. We're going to meet people. We've got, 24 days left of canvassing, and we're going to get out throughout the riding with these meet and greets. We're going to canvass in Bolton and Caledon and Shelburne and Grand Valley, and we're going to meet lots of people and try and, change this mindset from a blue mindset to a green mindset. So thank you. All right.
Well, I'm here to really launch Sandy Brown's campaign. He's a proven local leader as the former mayor of Orangeville. And we're delivering a message. In the same way that Doug Ford has abandoned his post as premier in this time of need when we're facing Trump's tariff threat, he's also abandoned rural communities, especially